Hey guys, welcome to this session. This session is on IBAction and IBoutlets, and we'll talk about that what it is and how we're going to use in our code. So IBoutlet and IBactions are actually a macros that are used to define the variables and methods. IBoutlets for variables and IBactions for methods. So if we have an interface builder, then we don't if we have an interface builder, then we need IBoutlet and IBaction to link UI element into a code. And if it doesn't, then we don't need that. It signifies the Xcode that we linked the UI elements into the code. So IB action is generally for the methods and to bind any action of a button, we need IB action, and for an object to signify or to not signify to relate any object, to point any object, we need IB outlet here. Now we will see that how we going to use IB outlet and IB action uh, in our code. So for this, what we will do, we will create one app, one small app, and this small will what we'll do, it will have three UI elements. One is button, one is label, then another one is the text field. If you want to show any static tag, then we generally use UI label, and if you want any tags to be edited on the UI screen, then we generally use in that case then we use text field, and the button is to perform any action. So let's start with uh, the adding UI element to the screen, label, and then text field. Okay, these are added. Now place this button below the text field. Now add it, update. What it will do, anything that we write in the text field will get copied, and the label text will get replaced by it. Okay, so if you write it as an A, we can increase the size of it, and we can minimize it. Okay, and this is button. If you want a good feel for button, then you need to add some color. That is added, then change the color for the text. Okay, now this is the text color, and this is the text field. Okay, so what I will do, I will create IB outlet for this label, IB outlet for this UI element, that is text field, and the action which I want to perform is on when I click on update button, then there must be an action, and the action what it will do, it will just copy this item, copy the text in this item, and then it will replace the text shown on the label. Okay, so for the update, I will create an IB action. We don't know as of now, we don't know how to connect the variables that we're gonna create on the view controller, and how we're gonna manipulate the variable values. And so for that, we will see that how we can do that. Just click here, you can see. Okay, so here we'll see that the controller, the class that we have used for this scene or view controller, is shown in the right side. Now we will click here and we will drag it in our code. Then you will see a pop-up. Now you can add name, and make sure you should follow a naming convention that the you should add any suffix value. Like if you are using a label, then please add lbl or anything is related to label, which will easy for you to identify that this IBOutlet is created for label in the code. So lbl input, it's an output because we will going to show output, right? Okay, you can see that we have created an IBOutlet and weak var label output. We can also create in reverse order, like if you want to create an IBOutlet for text field, then just write it here IBOutlet weak var, and then and it's in text, then we will use txt, and then we will use an input. And here you can see the it's an label, so we have used UI label class for this. Similarly for this we will going to use UI text field. Okay, but to know to confirm whether the linkage has they have linked or not, you can see here it's blank, and if you want to link it, then just click here and drag it on the UI element, then it will link that element UI element to that IBOutlet. Similarly, if you want to create an IBAction, it's very simple. Just copy, just right click on the update and drag to the class. Yes, here it is. But please 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 see that what type of connection you are creating. If you are creating an UI, sorry, what type of connection you are creating. If you are using UI button, then you may have a connection like action or outlet. You can also create an outlet for the IB button, or you can create an action for this. But here we are creating an IB action, so we will be going to use action here. Now you can see here Y button, the name we will put the name as btn, no sorry, we'll name it update uh, update text. That's it. Okay, now you can see that we have an label, we have text input IBOutlet, now we have an IBAction update text. Now what we need to do, we need to just, when we press on update button, then we need to copy the text input, the text what we have written in the text should be copied to the label. So anything that is written on the in the text field will get copied to label. So we will use lbl output dot text, and then we will write txt text input, okay, sorry, txt input dot text. So here it is. So the most of the work has been done. Now we will see that whether our code is working or not. So run the code, then you will see what actually happened. Hmm. app is loading. View did load is not it's taking time. Yeah, here it is. Now suppose write anything in the text field. If I write uh, B here, and if you click on update, here you can see the B is updated. Okay, similarly if you add uh, IBOutlet, and if you click on the IBOutlet, it get updated to that. So this is how you can use IBOutlet in IBAction in your app, and and this is the most beautiful thing that you can see in that, how you can link the UI element required, and this makes easier for a developer to manipulate any action, to manipulate anything on the UI screen through a code. So that's it for this session. In the next session we will see that how we can navigate from one view controller to another controller. So thanks for watching this session.